Did you know that your date of birth is not just a random number? It carries deep secrets about your karma and the spiritual lessons you need to learn in this life. In this video, we will reveal what Buddhist teachings say about how the date you were born can determine the challenges, blessings, and purpose of your soul. Get ready to be surprised, because what you are about to discover could change everything you think about your destiny. Imagine finally understanding why certain patterns keep repeating in your life, or why you attract certain types of people and situations. Want to know how to break these negative karmic cycles and attract more peace, prosperity, and love into your journey? Then you need to hear what we have to share with you today. And what if I told you that the secret to changing your future is hidden in the numbers of your past? With every second that passes, more and more people are discovering how the numbers of their birth dates hold the key to spiritual balance and deep awakening. Don't miss out on this revelation. If you want to uncover all these mysteries and more, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any transformative content like this. And here's a challenge. Comment below. I attract positive things into my life. To start changing your vibration right now. The concept of karma is often misunderstood. Many people think it is simply a cause and effect law, a kind of automatic punishment or reward for a person's actions. However, Buddhist teachings show us that karma is much deeper. It is an accumulation of energies shaped not only by physical actions, but also by the intentions, thoughts, and emotions we carry throughout our lives. From the moment of birth, each person already brings with them a karmic field, a set of tendencies and lessons that need to be understood and worked on. And why is this so important? Because understanding your karma can be the key to unlocking a more harmonious and fulfilling life path. When we understand the karmic influences we bring with us at birth, we can make more conscious decisions aligned with our spiritual purpose. Imagine if you could identify the negative patterns that keep repeating in your life, and instead of just reacting to them, you could transform them into opportunities for personal growth and evolution. Buddhist masters teach that karma is not a sentence. In fact, it is an invitation to transformation. It is not about punishment from past lives, but an opportunity to refine the soul and evolve spiritually. By recognizing these karmic patterns, you can start adjusting your actions and thoughts so that your present and future align with the best version of yourself. So, stay tuned and ask yourself, what might your karma be trying to teach you? In this video, we will guide you on a path of deep self-knowledge so you can identify and work on these energies in your life using the transformative power of Buddhist teachings. This is the moment to open your mind and connect with the ancient wisdom that can finally bring the answers you seek. To understand what your karma says about you, we need to calculate your karmic number. This number is like a guide that reveals the challenges and lessons you must face in this life. And the good news is that calculating this number is very simple. You just need to use your date of birth. Let's do it together now, clearly, so no one is left with doubts. First, you will need your complete date of birth. The day, month, and year. Let's use an example to make everything easier. Suppose someone was born on July 15th, 1990. The first step is to look at the number of the day. Here, in our example, the day is 15. To simplify this number, we need to add the two digits together. So we add 1 plus 5, which gives us 6. If you were born on a single-digit day, like 7, For example, you already have the number and don't need to add anything, but whenever it is a 2-digit number like 23, 11, or 18, you will add the 2 numbers to get a single digit. Now let's move on to the month. July is the 7th month of the year, so the number for the month is 7. Here the number is already a single digit, so we don't need to do anything else. However, if your birth month is October, November, or December, which are 10, 11, and 12, respectively, you need to add the digits. For example, in the case of October, 10 becomes 1 plus 0, which equals 1. For November, 11 becomes 111, 1 plus 1, which equals 2, and so on. After understanding the day and month, let's move on to the birth year. In our example, the year is 1990. Here you need to add all 4 digits together. First, we add 1 plus 9, which gives us 10. Then we add 10 to the next 9, which is finally we add 19 to the last 0, which remains 19. Since 19 is still a 2-digit number, we need to simplify it once again. We add 1 plus 9, which gives us 10. And since 10 is also not a single-digit number, we add 1 plus 0, resulting in 1. So the number for the year is 1. Now that we have the simplified numbers for the day, month, and year, the next step is to add these 3 results. In our example, we got 6 for the day, 7 for the month, and 1 for the year. We add these 3 numbers. 6 plus 7 equals 13, and then 13 plus 1 equals 14. We're almost there. Since 14 is still a 2-digit number, we need to simplify it one more time. We add 1 plus 4, which gives us 5, and this is the karmic number we are looking for. The final result, which in this case is 5, is your karmic number. Each number from 1 to 9 has its own meaning, representing different life lessons and challenges. Knowing your karmic number is like discovering a personal spiritual guide. It can help you better understand the repetitive patterns that occur in your life, the types of challenges that arise, and even the gifts you have and should develop. The important thing to remember is that this number is not just a mathematical value, but a key that opens doors to a deeper understanding of who you are and how you can evolve spiritually. So now that you know how to calculate it, go ahead and see what your karmic number has to say about you. To calculate your karmic number, let's understand what it really means. Each number from 1 to 9 carries a unique set of characteristics, challenges, and spiritual lessons that help explain your life journey. Let's explore each one so you can discover what your karmic number says about you. If your karmic number is 1, your life journey is strongly connected to discovering your own identity and the ability to lead. People with the number 1 often have pioneering energy. They are called to be leaders, innovators, and to trust their own judgment. The path for those with this number involves learning to take charge of situations, whether in personal life, relationships, or career. However, this leadership strength comes with the responsibility of knowing how to balance the desire for independence with the need to collaborate and respect others. The fundamental lesson for number 1 is self-confidence. There may be times when you feel like you are swimming against the tide, or that you need to stand out to feel valued. This can bring a sense of isolation, or the feeling that you have to fight harder than others to achieve your goals. True transformation happens when you understand that leadership is not just about being first or the best, but about inspiring others to find the best within themselves as well. One of the most common challenges for those with karmic number 1 is the risk of falling into selfishness and pride. Often, the need to be independent and follow your own path can cause you to disconnect from the people around you, creating a barrier that prevents true collaboration. To overcome this, it is essential to develop the ability to listen to others and recognize the value of cooperation. The lesson here is that no one reaches the top alone. The number 1 also calls for a balance between action and patience. Impatience and the desire for quick results can lead to impulsive decisions or giving up too soon. Learning to be patient and trust the process is crucial for those who carry this energy. The secret to transforming your life is understanding that a true leader's strength lies in the ability to be resilient and have the courage to reinvent themselves whenever necessary. If your karmic number is 2, your life revolves around partnerships, cooperation, and harmony. People with the number 2 tend to be highly sensitive and intuitive, able to perceive what others are feeling. Even without words, this sensitivity can be both a gift and a challenge. You are called to be a natural mediator, someone who builds bridges between others and helps create balance in conflict situations. Your presence has the potential to bring peace and understanding, but the path to this realization can be difficult. The life lesson for number 2 is to learn to find strength in vulnerability. As someone who seeks harmony, you may find yourself avoiding conflicts or suppressing your own needs to keep the peace. However, true harmony can only be achieved when you learn to be honest about how you feel and to value your own needs as much as you value those of others. The challenge is learning to communicate assertively without losing sensitivity. People with the number 2 often face the fear of rejection or not being loved enough. This insecurity can lead them to seek external validation or become overly dependent on others. To overcome this, it is essential to develop a sense of self-worth that does not depend on the approval of others. This is where true transformation occurs. When you realize that inner strength comes from knowing yourself deeply and knowing that regardless of circumstances, you are enough. Additionally, the number 2 teaches the importance of emotional balance. You have the ability to create harmony around you, but you need to learn to protect your own energy. Practices like meditation, moments of solitude, and cultivating relationships that nourish your soul are essential. The true power of number 2 is the ability to love unconditionally, starting with yourself. If your karmic number is 3, your life is guided by creative expression and communication. The number 3 is known for its vibrant and joyful energy, and those who have it are naturally talented at expressing thoughts and emotions creatively. You may excel in the arts, writing, music, or any area that allows you to share your vision with the world. However, with all this creative potential, there also comes a need for discipline and focus. The great challenge for those with the number 3 is learning to balance inspiration with practical action. Often, ideas can come in an overwhelming rush. But without the ability to follow through with consistency, they may end up never leaving the paper. You may find yourself starting many projects simultaneously and not finishing any. The lesson here is to develop the self-discipline to see your ideas through to the end, even when the initial enthusiasm wanes. The number 3 is also related to communication and the development of healthy relationships. Your ability to connect with others is one of your greatest gifts, but it can also be a weakness if you don't know how to manage your energy. It is important to learn to listen as much as you speak, and to choose words that uplift and inspire rather than hurt. Transformation occurs when you realize that true communication is a two-way street. Additionally, The number 3 teaches the importance of joy and lightness. Life doesn't have to be taken so seriously all the time. And that's where your gift of bringing light and laughter to the environment can be a blessing. However, it's essential not to use humor and fun as a way to avoid facing deeper issues. Finding a balance between fun and responsibility is the key to a full and meaningful life. If your karmic number is 4, your life is strongly anchored in the pursuit of stability, order, and security. The number 4 is the builder of the zodiac. Those who possess it are driven to create solid foundations in all areas of life, whether in work, relationships, or family life. You have a practical and organized energy that drives you to seek fulfillment through effort and persistence. However, with all this structure comes the risk of falling into patterns of rigidity and stubbornness. The life lesson for number 4 is to learn to balance security with flexibility. It can be very easy for you to get attached to one way of doing things and resist change. However, life is made of cycles, and part of your journey is learning to adapt to new circumstances without losing focus on what is important. The challenge here is to be able to plan and be organized, but also to be open to the unexpected. People with the number 4 often face the pressure of feeling like they always have to be in control. This can create constant tension and a sense of burden, as if the responsibility for everything is on your shoulders. Learning to delegate, trust others, and let go of control a little can be liberating. True transformation occurs when you realize that strength comes not only from stability, but also from the ability to be resilient in the face of adversity. The number 4 also teaches the importance of balancing work and leisure. Your focus on building a secure life can lead to overworking or perfectionism. It's crucial to remember that life is not just about what you can achieve or build, but also about how you feel along the way. Finding time to relax, have fun, and nurture your passions is essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. If your karmic number is 5, your life is guided by the quest for freedom, change, and adventure. People with the number 5 have naturally restless and exploratory energy. They are drawn to new experiences, travel, and anything that challenges the status quo. Your mission is to learn to move through the world with flexibility and openness, embracing uncertainty and using it as a growth tool. However, this relentless search for novelty can bring the challenge of learning to find the balance between freedom and responsibility. One of the great lessons for those with the number 5 is understanding that true freedom is not just the ability to come and go, but the ability to adapt to any situation with grace and intelligence. There may be times when you feel that staying in one place or situation for too long is like being trapped. The secret to your evolution is understanding that freedom doesn't mean constant movement. Sometimes stability is what gives you the foundation for your greatest adventures. For those influenced by the energy of number 5, the challenge is learning to balance change with commitment. The desire for constant novelty can lead to unfinished paths and superficial connections. True transformation happens when you learn to keep your adventurous spirit alive while cultivating focus, presence, and roots that sustain you. Sometimes the greatest adventure is not out there, but within. If your karmic number is 6, your journey is centered on love, responsibility, and service. You are naturally nurturing, protective, and driven to create harmony wherever you go. But the lesson of 6 is balance. Giving too much without receiving can lead to emotional exhaustion. You may take on burdens that aren't yours, or expect perfection from yourself and others. True harmony comes when you learn to set boundaries, practice self-love, and accept imperfection as part of growth. When you care for yourself first, your ability to love others becomes even more powerful. If your karmic number is 7, your soul is guided by the search for truth, wisdom, and spiritual understanding. You are introspective, intuitive, and drawn to life's deeper meanings. But this path can lead to isolation or disconnection if you remain only in the world of ideas. The lesson of 7 is integration. Wisdom must be lived, not just studied. True growth comes when knowledge meets experience, when spirituality blends with everyday life, and when trust opens your heart to others without needing all the answers. For those with karmic number 8, life revolves around ambition, leadership, and material mastery. You are here to build, lead, and manifest great achievements. But power brings responsibility. The lesson of 8 is using success with integrity and balance. Obsession with status or control can distance you from what truly matters. True success is resilience, generosity, and the ability to transform challenges into wisdom. Your greatest power lies not in what you accumulate, but in how you uplift others through what you've built. If your karmic number is 9, your soul carries compassion, empathy, and a calling to serve humanity. You feel deeply, love intensely, and want to make the world better. But the challenge of 9 is learning your limits. You are not meant to save everyone. Transformation happens when you protect your energy, release unrealistic ideals, and accept that change happens step by step. Forgiveness, letting go, and embracing both light and shadow are essential lessons. Your true power is being a beacon of love without losing yourself. Understanding your karmic number reveals that karma is not punishment or fate. It is a teacher. Every challenge is an invitation to grow. Through meditation, self-reflection, forgiveness, and conscious action, negative karma can be transformed into wisdom. Small daily choices, kindness, awareness, compassion, create powerful shifts in your life's direction. Your karmic number is a spiritual compass, guiding you toward clarity, balance, and purpose. When you understand it, patterns begin to make sense, challenges become lessons, and life feels aligned with intention. This is the gift of karmic awareness, the power to transform your path and live with greater meaning. Share your karmic number in the comments and connect with others on the same journey. If this message resonated with you, like the video, subscribe, and stay with us as we continue exploring the paths of spiritual evolution and self-discovery.